Hey everybody, me again. And what are we going to talk about this time? Well, first of all, Falcon Genie here, everyone. And what do I like to talk about this? And what am I talking to you about this time? Simple. Non-verbal communication skills. And why people need to understand non-verbal communication skills and why. You know why people need to understand non-verbal communication skills? You know why? Because people need to understand what no means no and when stop means stop. Something that not a lot of people understand. Something that not a lot of people understand when it comes to nonverbal communication skills, which somehow a lot of people seem to have a hard time understanding. When in reality, once you learn it, it's really simple to understand. It's really simple to understand nonverbal communication skills. For example, when it comes to body language, everyone, body language. Are they giving you signal? Is anyone give? It's not in. Let's just say when it comes to body language, everyone, you got to understand that. You have to understand body language. And how can you understand that? Simple. What they give you, hand gestures, body language, hand gestures. People need to understand nonverbal communication skills, from hand gestures to body language to just like really subtle forms of communication. That's what a lot of people need to understand. And how come not a lot of people understand that nowadays? Because it's not taught to them. Well, me, I have a complete understanding what nonverbal communication skills are, everyone. I have a complete understanding what they are. For example, when a person's shoulder is shrugged, and they can't simply, well, when a person's shoulder is shrugged and they're not in a good mood, that's a sign that they may be feeling either sad or uncomfortable. You gotta understand when people feel uncomfortable, everyone. You have to understand that. When people feel uncomfortable. You gotta understand that, everyone. Because the key points you have to understand in nonverbal communication skills, everyone, is do people feel comfortable in what you're talking about? And if people don't feel comfortable, switch the conversation. A lot of people need to understand this, everyone. A lot of people need to understand basic social communication skills. People need to understand that. If they don't, you might end up annoying them. Everyone. You gotta understand nonverbal communication skills. Body language to from body language to not just from body language, but also hand gestures. For example, hand gestures like the rock symbol, OK symbol, and the rock symbol, OK symbol. You gotta understand those, everyone. You have to understand them, because if you don't, it's not going to be good for you, because you got to be a functioning adult to understand body language skills, everyone. Anyways, what else you people got to know about? Because from what I basically notice, everyone, the reason why a lot of people get themselves into situations like, for example, like getting into a harassment case and all that stuff, is because people don't understand basic communication skills. They don't, because it wasn't taught to them. And that's why, everyone, especially when it comes into the world of dating, you really got to be 100% of your so-called body language skills and social skills, everyone. You really got to be 100% top of your body skills on language skills. You got to be 100% top of your game. You got to be 100% of that. Because, everyone, if you're not, it can end up really bad for you. To be honest, don't even cold approach people, because cold approach, it's stupid. And this is why you shouldn't cold approach women, everyone. You shouldn't cold approach women. You shouldn't, because it's going to turn out horribly for you. It will turn out horribly for you, everyone. It's going to turn out horribly. I know this because I've seen it way too much on the internet, because the boyfriend might come over, he might deck you in the face. I'm just saying, everyone, you gotta think this stuff. Because if you don't, if you don't think before what you do, it's gonna end up really bad for you. You always gotta think before what you do, everyone. You have to. You gotta think before what you do. You need to understand verbal, non-verbal communication skills, so that way you'll be prepared. Because if she's not interested and you're just pestering her, you could end up getting into a harassment case. You could. You could end up in a really serious harassment case, everyone. And I'm not saying this as a dating coach, because first of all, never trust a dating coach, everyone, because dating coaches, never trust them because they're just there to rip you off. That's why, everyone, don't date. Don't date. Just don't date. It's not going to turn out well for you, everyone. If you want to get women, just enjoy your life and be yourself. I'm just saying, everyone, if you want all this stuff, if you want peace in your life, start being peaceful right now. It's all about abundance mindset, everyone. It's all about abundance mindset. Because at the end, everyone, you got to think about yourself. Prioritize yourself. Don't worry about money. Worry about yourself, everyone. That's what you should start worrying about. Who cares what a bunch of loser online degenerates have to say? Because, everyone, it really shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter Look, if you understand basic social skills, social nonverbal communication, like know when a person who feels uncomfortable when their shoulders cross and all that, if you basically know that, know how a person reacts, just try to read their body language, everyone. Just try to read body language. That's how you get ahead. I'm just saying, everyone, you gotta start, you need to, I'm just saying, everyone, you gotta start, reading it. You gotta start, understanding body language and knowing when to get ahead, everyone. You gotta understand that. Otherwise, because a lot of people, that's from what I was taught in nonverbal communication skills, because people need to understand that. Otherwise, if they don't, life is going to take these people for a ride. And these so-called dating roaches, that's why I don't like dating roaches, everyone, because they're all scammers. That's why you shouldn't take advice from scammers, everyone. You shouldn't take advice from so-called dating coaches that are going to so-called how to get you women and get you game. Because game, everyone, is all manipulation. It's all about basically learning basic social skills. It's all about basically learning nonverbal communication skills, body language, gestures, and all of that. You got to understand that, everyone. You have to understand nonverbal communication skills, which is really simple to understand. Which, by the way, everyone, learning nonverbal communication skills is really simple to understand. It's extremely simple to understand, everyone, learning nonverbal communication skills. I know this from experience and that's what people need to start doing. Otherwise, you might end up in, if you fail to understand the language, the code, the language, body language of what they're talking about, if you fail to understand that, it could be fatal. You could end up in a harassment suit. You could end up in a harassment suit. Everyone, if you don't understand basic social skills when it comes to dating, going to the nightclub. Which, by the way, don't go to the nightclub, everyone. Don't, because the nightclub industry is dying. I'm just saying, everyone. Just learn to be yourself and don't care what other people think. Because at the end, everyone, it's your life. Do what makes you feel happy, but don't do it in a way that's going to harm others. Just don't do it in a way that's going to harm others, everyone. That's why learning basic social skills, learning basic body language, gestures, and as well as like facial expressions. Exactly, everyone. You got to understand if her facial expression is like either angry, sad. If the facial expressions are their facial expressions should tell you something in body language skills. You got to understand those, everyone, because if you don't, it could get bad for you. You got to understand. For example, you have to analyze this situation. If you want to talk to someone first, you have to analyze the situation. Just say to them, "Hey, could I talk to you?" Or "Hey, could I talk to you?" Or "Are you busy?" Or "Are you busy?" Something like that. You got to ask them, saying, "Are you busy?" Or "Should I come back later?" Or just analyze the situation, and if they're not, and if it looks like that they're not available and they're in the middle of something, don't interrupt them. Just come back another day. Because right now they could be busy and you don't want to disturb them, everyone. You don't want to disturb them. That's how it means to analyze the situation when it comes to basic understanding social skills. That's what it boils down over, everyone. Understanding basic social skills. And that's all I have to say, everyone. Anyways, if you like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please, everyone, share this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, fight this degenerate agenda.